Hey everyone. Okay, so my camera didn't work. Kind of have a new setup tonight. Let's see how this turns out. If you are joining now or whenever you join, please let me know if you can hear me okay. I do have headphones in today, so we'll see if you guys can hear me. Please give this video a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. So again, please give this video a thumbs up, say hello in the live chat. We're going to get started with a collective message to begin, and then I'll be taking individual questions. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm going to start my timer for a 1-hour show. We'll give everyone a few minutes to tune in here. Tonight is Thursday the 15th. It's about 7 p.m. Central Timing here in Frisco, Texas. Let me know if you can hear me okay in the live chat, please. So it looks like we have some people here. Hi, Maria Scorpio 92. She says, hey there. Hey, Maria. I'm going to be answering your question that you put on one of my videos a little bit. I'm going to touch on it in this collective message when I start today too. So you'll get some immediate clarity. Then we have Linda Duntra 2436. Hi there. Hey, Linda. So tonight I'm offering free psychic mediumship questions. Ask a question for spirit, soulmate, work-related, soul's purpose, pet readings, medical intuitive, your spiritual ability, spiritual development questions, dream interpretations. Anything can go, and I'm excited to answer those for you. This is a free offering show, and then any additional questions will be $5. So it is 7 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and get started with a collective message before I dive into any individual questions. So welcome. If you're the first time here, my name is Jordan Johnson from jojoempathic.com. I am a psychic medium, a medical intuitive, and energy healer. I help individuals in America and around the world to develop their intuitive intelligence system and become empowered by learning the language of their soul and with the abilities to go within for answers, for clarity, and for healing. I offer medical intuitive readings, evidential mediumship readings. If you are grieving a loved one that's recently transitioned, mediumship readings are super helpful to help with grief healing and bring a sense of closure and peace that our loved ones, when they transition, do go to a higher realm. It's not a death of the body, but more so a transition between the dimensions. And our brains naturally are multidimensional. That's how we communicate between the realms. A lot of us are doing this all the time and are unconscious about it. So one of my missions is to help us to become more conscious and aware of our human potential, our biospiritual ecology, which is our birthright, and it's how we feel fulfilled. It's how we heal ourselves. It's how we know where to go, how we have discernment every day. It's our survival tool. It's our intuition. So we're feeling a huge global shift everywhere, no matter where you're tuning in. And please drop in the live chat or the comment box after, if you watch this as a replay, where you're tuning in from. Because I can guarantee there's chaos wherever you are in the world. So we're all feeling the intensity, the pressure. And so one of the best things you can do for yourself is reclaim the lost language of spirit, which is your soul's language, which is mediumship. Okay. So there are levels of intuitive intelligence. Mediumship is a step up from psychic ability. But I'll claim, one of my claims is that we all are channels, essentially, claiming that we are all mediums and that this communication is constant all the time and all around us. So it is incredibly important that we understand this dialogue and we interact with it. We don't block it, we don't resist it, we're in the flow with it. So I help individuals time their best life through numerology, astrology, as well as understanding life contract. So then we have Tuning In with Jen, Virginia, USA. Hey, Jen. Okay, so I'll go ahead and dive into a few more announcements here. So I offer private readings and energy healings. So my energy healing sessions are, I incorporate Reiki, but I also go a bit deeper in the quantum field. So obviously, with your permission, I work with your energy field and with your higher mind, your spirit guides and angels to help bring harmony to the energy field. And so this looks like a number of different things, from helping individuals to cord cut, remove energy blockages, have awareness of different emotions that are being stored, traumas, feelings, energy that needs to be processed and released, help individuals to have awareness of it, and also psychically help to move the energy. So I use a technique called psychic surgery. This is the removal of energy or disease, illness, imbalances from the mind. And one of the things I always start with in my energy healing sessions is I let my clients know this is you doing this from a higher dimension. I'm just assisting, I'm guiding. It is channeled healing, it is powerful. With Reiki, you tend to need a tune up down the road. It does wear off. With quantum healing, it is more of a permanent closing of timelines and finally moving forward. So you do feel lighter immediately. Most of my clients feel lighter, more joy, happy, peace, as well as I really work to help with pain relief, finding clogs or blockages in the meridians, the chakra fields, so you feel clarity as well. So if you are going through a transition in your life, maybe you need an energy tune-up or energy healing, you can book this with me at jojoempathic.com. And after the energy healing session, I always share with you healing messages from spirit that I find from working with your energy field. So it's about 45 or 50 minutes of the energy healing and Reiki, and 15 to 10 minutes of healing messages from spirit. Okay, so then I also offer private readings. So maybe you're going through a shift in your life. Maybe you lost somebody recently, pet, loved one, friend, family. Maybe you're just feeling like you need to connect with your spirit guides, your angels. Maybe you're at this point in your life where you're like, who are my spirit guides? I feel there's energies guiding me, but who are they? I want to learn how to tap into them. I want this power back in my hands. Do I have angels? What are they saying to me? I see the numbers, I see the signs, okay? But I just need that discernment of what they're actually saying to me. I hear this all the time. It's like I hear from spirit, I know my loved one's there. I feel their presence. I just don't know how to receive the message. So a lot of times we need someone like a teacher or an elder to help connect the dots, to help turn the light on. And in our society, we have fallen from that. Okay. So people like me are demonized and we're pushed away and ostracized. But really, this is part of spiritual awakening, is to sit with a teacher and learn and ascend. So there is like a pyramid, just like with everything else, of spiritual knowledge. So at the base, the large percent of the masses are an exoteric religion or exoteric knowledge. This is the base of the pyramid. So this is where we believe that God is outside of us. Okay, a man on a throne issuing out punishment to people. Okay, And that is where a lot of us are. As we ascend, as we transcend our limitations, our lack, we get closer with spirit. We actually move up the pyramid into a middle area known as like mesoteric knowledge. And this is where you begin to feel a sense of enlightenment from transcending duality. Okay. And then we get to the tip top of the pyramid, and this is where we have esoteric knowledge. And this is where you've transcended now beyond the dualistic aspects of society and life, and transcend to find that God is within you, and this sense of oneness with all things. And we're talking about the eagle a lot. I'm going to make a whole video on eagle symbology, but you have the bird's eye view. Okay, you have the higher realm of consciousness. I also call this the penthouse view of consciousness when you ascend to this space. This is where you get really powerful. This is where you begin to transcend time. You can make the matrix bend to your reality for your highest good. Okay, of course, there's laws when you get up here, but there's also laws at the bottom of the pyramid too. So when it comes to laws and using sacred knowledge, it is best to choose the higher vibration. I will say that you may resonate with that. A lot of spiritual teachers will tell you to choose to use your power to serve, to choose to use your power to love, to forgive, to let go, to have compassion, to be in gratitude every single day. This is where your real magic lies, especially when you hold the esoteric knowledge of the I am. Okay. I am that of which I am. And that gives you this power in the ethers. So I just posted a post on Instagram and YouTube about 3737, a numerology spirit message. But I talked about the ethers. So there's a lot of debate of like, what is the ethers? But the ethers to me is like, it's like a field. It's an interconnected field. It reminds me of like Indra's web. This is ancient knowledge, okay? So we are existing in almost like a fluid-like substance that we could call the ethers. And this is where we find like true consciousness and God, essentially, if you call the universe God or spirit. And it is always communicating with us. So this is how, you can be thinking something and then the technology is manipulated thereafter. That resonates with your thought that you just had. This is how you can be feeling something or going through something, and then you get an ad for something that resonates with what you were just thinking or feeling. It's like, is somebody watching me? And yeah, someone is watching you. It's like everything is interconnected with you. And we tend to dismiss that in today's society, especially at the exoteric level of knowledge. And it's our choice where we stay. No one is keeping us anywhere except for ourselves. And that also comes with when you move up the pyramid in knowledge, you have to have that accountability and responsibility with your power and your knowledge. So work with the ethers, understand numerology as it speaks to you in real time. Okay, there's no past, present, or future. There's just the presence. And that is what is important. And it will speak to you if you allow the universe to work with you. You don't want to work against it. You want to work in the flow of all that is. It will protect you, it will guide you, and it will show you where to go. So we have respect for the numerology that is interacting with us. We don't dismiss it. We interact with it, and more comes when you give awareness to the numerology being sent your way. And we often think it's just angel numbers. Spirits, including loved ones on the other side, can use numbers to speak to you. Angels, yes, but also spirit guides too. So there's a difference between all of these categories of entities speaking to you, and it is important to know which one is communicating with you, because it's important. Okay, you don't want to just talk blindly to the invisible realm. Okay, you want to have some sort of grip or understanding and idea of who is speaking to you. So spirit guides and angels are very different, and it's also very different than loved ones on the other side. Okay, so that is how the universe is communicating. through numerology, as well as this concept of time. When we go into the higher dimensions, we transcend time. We can instantly manifest through thought. There is no time. But in this third dimension, there seems to be this precedent, needing to understand time and when to make a move, and divine timing versus free will. So this was a question that I had received on my previous live. It was a comment. So feel free on any of my videos, if there's something that really spoke to you, please drop a comment, let me know. I do answer that, and plus it supports my channel, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But it also, if you have like something that you want me to dive deeper into or channel for you, let me know. So this was a question that I had received, and I want to touch on it, and I'm going to make a whole video on it. But I also want to reference a previous live I did in December. It was about initiation versus consequence. That will touch on divine timing versus free will. But I want to speak on that right now. It is important to understand the discernment of free will versus destiny. It's not a linear path by any means, okay? Back to the talk of ether, it's like when we get into the top or esoteric knowledge, we kind of understand that it's like there's a data system. Source is like a data system, and we're like computers and technology, and like what we learn in real time is like a feedback loop back to the system or the data center. So essentially, consciousness or source is learning through us in present time. That's why it's so important that we all are here individually. So, in learning, so we don't know everything at every given moment. And let me know if that speaks to you about source. Drop a comment if you're feeling where I'm going with this, and if you resonate with it, or you disagree, let me know. I want to hear from you guys. Source is learning as we go. I believe that. And we're constantly sending back information and knowledge to source to grow and expand and learn. And so with that, we have free will. Okay. So some things are destined. Understand your life contract. Understand your personal astrology. Both should go hand in hand with evidence and on time. So we call this divine timing. As we move through life, you'll notice you like go through something, and then something just shifts for you. It's just time. Okay, you've been struggling, then a date pulls up, and it's just time. Now there's flow. It's so important to understand this when you're going through shifts and transitions, because we need to know if our hands are on the wheel or off. Okay, so your astrology, your numerology, you can get a numerology reading as well with a trusted numerologist, and your life contract, all of those are going to give you what's destined. Okay, so there's descriptions on like literally the way you look is chosen before you incarnate on earth. You sign your life contract with your guides and angels before you come to earth. And your soul tribe is in on it too. The people, the timing, all of that is written. And our map to us as conscious individuals is by understanding your sun, moon, and rising sign, your numerology, your life contract, because that'll give you the givens. These are parts of our lives that are just, it's fixed. So, for example, I chose to be born a woman, and my name is going to be Jordan, and here I am, that will be, and it did. Now, within the life contract, you have a lot of malleability, like it's flexible. So in my life contract, there may be skills in, let's say, leadership. There could be skills in communication. This is very basic. There could be skills in, I'm a strong nurturer. There is an ability to help others recognize their potential. So it's kind of like a teacher. I have an analytical mind. I have an intuitive mind. So all of these things will be. I don't have to try, and I just am. This is destiny. So your rising sign is your avatar in the matrix. So your rising sign will tell you, typically give you the features of what you look like. So let's talk about Donald Trump. He's a Leo rising. If you were to look at him, you may say he does kind of look like a lion with his, his hair. I'm a Scorpio rising. So some people may say I have a dark appearance or think that what I do for a living is dark. That will be. It's set in stone. Okay, so it's archetypal and symbolic energy, still malleable in a sense, but very fixed. And we don't want to go against it. Your rising sign is really like, it's not only your avatar, but it's how you're walking and seen through the matrix with other people. Okay, now your sun sign is like your soul. Okay, that's also very fixed. So for me, I'm Aquarius sun. Birthday's coming up here soon. So that's kind of like my ruler. It's my puppeteer. So you've got the puppet, which is like your rising sign and your moon sign, this mix, and it's ruled by the puppeteer, who is your soul, your sun sign. Okay, so this is also very fixed. Your sun sign is your soul sign. I keep wanting to refer back to. So let's talk about Aquarius. Aquarius is very humanitarian, so, very service oriented. This is the bearer of technology. Okay, this is the age of Aquarius, so we're going to hear a lot about technology and being unorthodox. It's the time of disclosure. Okay, so it's very Aquarian, very Plutonian energy. That won't change about me. Okay, no matter how much I try. And if I were to go against that, it's like you're going against your soul. So a lot of times when we don't know our sun, moon, and rising sign, we can feel lost, confused, knowing what you've written for yourself in the stars and how it matches your numerology and how it matches your life contract brings a sense of peace to yourself. It brings a sense of I know thyself and I feel peace in walking the walk that I'm walking. And you also have your moon sign, which is more of your emotional body. So me, I'm a Leo moon. Leos are the actors and actresses of the zodiac. I do have a public appearance. I do like to be, dancing and goofy and entertaining. You can't go against it. It's who I am. And so find out who you are and what you've written for yourself. And you also begin to see what that is malleable. Okay, so in your life contract, in your with your soul's purpose, there might be a need to develop X, Y, and Z in this life, and that's why you've come. You've come here to develop this skill. You've come here to complete the mission. You've come here to complete a cycle of completion karmically and with other people at divine time and maybe at a specific place, okay? How you go about that could be free will. That's the difference. So in free will moments, we really shape the future through presence. And I want to be clear is you can miss marks in your life contract. You can go left field in what you've come here to do. And we can still essentially call that destiny. So the more we go up the pyramid, we understand the paradox of spirituality, and we bridge that through a sense of peace. It's like in esoterica, it's not written, it's just words. It's just symbols. So you can see how multiple truths can exist at once. So down at the mesoteric or the exoteric, it's not like that. There's written text. There's all types of religious text. When we get into the mesoteric level, there's more parable. I was explaining this to a student the other day. So in the parable level, this is I could tell you a story, and no matter if you're in Virginia, I'm in Texas, someone else is in Norway, wherever we are, by speaking parable, it will speak to all of us. Or if we're in all different languages, it'll speak to all of us in a different way. It's a key in a way to each and every one of us uniquely. So parable isn't necessarily even the highest level of sacred knowledge to share with people, but it's where a lot of ascended masters teach, because that's where we begin to bridge up higher from the parable. In esoteric, there's no words. Okay, so if you're following me, it's moving. It's like forever, and it's forever flowing. It's a continuum. So that is where I usually work with individuals, is helping to bridge to the next level of sacred knowledge and to be able to apply it to your life for what I would say is a free mind and a free heart. I've created a religion called the Free Minds Method, essentially, that helps individuals to have their own religion in sovereignty. I'm not the pioneer of this method. It's ancient thoughts, basically 3 steps. The first step is sacred clearing. Okay. The second step is integration. And the third step is committing to continual evolution. And I claim that if you apply these 3 steps to your life, you will have significant breakthroughs and significant upgrades in your quantum manifestation. So let me see if there was anything else. And let me know in the live chat if the destiny versus free will is making sense to you. Free will, you have to do something. You have to manipulate something. When it's destiny, your hands are off the wheel. The universe is doing it for you. And you're going like this, back and forth, a dance throughout life of free will versus destiny. And the free will is shaping your destiny. So in the quantum field, there's infinite paths that can happen based on a single resonance in frequency. Okay? That's the major difference between free will and destiny. Okay? I want to say 2 other things before I get into your questions. This is going to be a very abundant year. Okay. And you can start dropping your questions in the live chat if there is any questions that you have for spirit. This is going to be a very abundant year. So although we're looking at a lot of geopolitical turmoil, okay, that's very clear and evident, this is a very, very abundant year for many people. You will start to reap the rewards of the things sown in 2025 if they were rooted in a higher vibrational intention. You will be rewarded. You will get what you've earned in a positive direction. I don't care what the economy is like. I don't care what we see on the news, not to be insensitive. I mean, focus. Detach from the distraction and let this be one of your most wealthiest years, your most successful years, and where you do have a financial breakthrough regardless of what's happening in the economy. I had to get that out because I just put out my 2026 video and I was giving a prediction on the energy of the economy, which we can't deny is, it's changing. The petrodollar is changing. Okay. So we can't ignore that. However, we still need to know that we can absolutely have the greatest financial year of our lives. You still can succeed and still be very abundant. This is abundance is everywhere in our reality. So tune into it. And the last thing I want to say, because it looks like we are getting some questions here. Very good. The last collective message is about breaking free from self-imposed limitations. I have some raspberry pomegranate tea. It's so good. Let me know if you guys are drinking any tea tonight or what you're sipping on. Break free from self-imposed limitations. So a lot of us are feeling lost and down and out. You will, if you are being led by someone else's consciousness. You will. And your depression is a sign to yourself that something is out of alignment. You will have your biggest breakthrough if you take yourself and devote yourself to shifting from victim mindset to an empowered Christ consciousness mindset of that I do have a choice. I will choose love, love for me, love for others. I will choose for the higher vibration. You begin to work in the flow of the universe then. When we stay in the dark, what is the dark? Dark is really, it's like ignorance. It's like a not knowingness. When we're there, living according to someone else's consciousness, you don't feel happy. Okay? This our life has, our society has told us exactly what to do from the moment of conception. It is controlled by an outside source. Women's pregnancy, then giving birth is controlled, and then off to school. And there's the hospitals, and there's the, there's work, there's the 9 to 5, there's school, there's church, there's what we should be attaining in life after grade school, what we should be doing at university, what we should be doing Sunday mornings. And then, oh yeah, here, go spend here, holiday here. And we begin to be in like a rat race or a hamster wheel. And there comes to be a point, usually around people's like major solar return, like 25, 28, people tend to awaken. They tend to have been educated to a place of being like, I know there's something deeper out there for me. This isn't working for my soul. I'm not happy. What can I do to remedy this? Sometimes we listen to the subtle voice of spirit and we follow and we heal and transcend out of awakening. A lot of people do not. A lot of people will stay in this chronic state of confusion and darkness and never get out. And so we see this carrying on to the 30s, to the 40s and 50s. We don't want that to be us as conscious individuals. We want to get the reins of our life and walk in soul's purpose. We want to feel fulfillment with what we're doing on the day-to-day. We want to feel a sense of completion with our healing journeys. We want to put things in the past. We don't want to be worried so much about the future. We want to be in this presence of trust and flow with spirit. And you do that by reclaiming your truth, by seeing through the distortions all around, the illusions put on the mind. But I'm here to say that's self-imposed. Yes, as children, we're programmed, but as we grow up, we all have the power to say, no, that doesn't feel right to me. Yes, that does feel aligned. And that is what we need to be having a hyper awareness of in today's world to transcend what we are going through, wherever we are in the world. Write your own story, script, write it. Don't be afraid to do something you've never seen. Don't be afraid to be a pioneer. The stars that we're under right now, the age of Aquarius, is a time of innovation, revolution, and pioneering. Okay? We need all of us individually to be thinking for ourselves and to be brave enough to skip to the beat of our own drums versus saying, I'm just going to do this because everybody else did it, because the family did it. There's pressure to do it. I think this will be good. Everything in the systems are shifting, and this is an opportunity for us to reclaim the power back in our hands and do what we've really come here to do versus the kind of blind obedience that we've really been trapped in as a collective, that we feel pain from, that we are harming one another to punish those that don't want to conform. And it's out of control. So collectively, we're in a bit of a reset, is how we look at it. But all of us have that power and capability to break free from self-imposed limitations. Once you get older, it's no longer, I was told to do this. Now you're telling yourself to do this. Okay. Let me know if that resonated. That was just a collective message that I felt I really wanted to share. Now I'm going to take your individual questions. So it looks like we have Phoenix Rising 1777. Hello, everyone. New sub. Hey. So if you're new here, I just need your first name and question, and I can deliver a message from spirit. Okay, so let's come back up here. And we have, I'm drinking matcha with berries. Yummy. Yum. I love matcha. I like it hot. I like it cold. And then I have thinking about some mullein tea. Yum. Jennifer. Okay. So let's go up here. And then we have Linda in Canada. Okay. So let's go to Maria's question first. And then, so if you've been here before, I just ask no repeat questions. Like, obviously, it's like, is there a message from spirit that's repeat? That's not what I mean. But like, we don't want to ask, like, is Joe my soulmate today, tomorrow, and the next day? Just one time for that question. Okay. One time. Because if we keep begging spirit for these answers, it's like spirit will pull back. And then we say, oh, I can't hear from my spirit guides. So we have Maria. Wondering how many kids you feel I will have in this life. When will I get the first? I'm 33 now. There's a grandmother helping you with this, and I was getting M in the name as in like Maggie. Um, the number for you that I'm seeing is, I want to say 3. I want to say 2 boys, 1 girl, but they can change gender at any time. That is free will of the child. I see them coming in for you. They're giving me the number 5. For me, it feels like 5 years. It feels like we're kind of over the next half of a decade. We start with having children and bringing them on. I don't feel that we have them currently. I want to say there will be a little girl first. And then I also I see like that you have a company at this time. And then when you're bringing on, I want to say the second child, there's another company they're showing me that you begin to develop simultaneously. So I don't know if how that would resonate or speak to you, but it's like as you're having kids, there's 2 business launches, 2 paths of business for you coming in that I feel will be also very successful. Thank you. If that question isn't okay, I'm thankful if you give me some advice, my grandma Maria. The people see her as a guide, including you. Have a beautiful lady. Thank you so much. A great deal. Thank you. Thank you. Then we have tuning in with Jen. If you feel called to give me a message from loved one in spirit. Tuning in with Jennifer. Okay, let's see if there is a message from spirit. Well, they're showing me like a guitar. So this is some sort of like musical instrument coming in. And the psychic ability heightened. So it's almost like there's something with music and psychic ability that you're doing. So this could be some sort of frequency art of some sort through sound. Now, they're also, when I tap in with your work and money guide, it does seem like there is a lot of changes on the work front for you. It doesn't, it does, there is a clear message that they're saying nice work, nice work. So it feels as if like you may need to realize or congratulate yourself on your accomplishments. And then we want to go higher. We want to develop what you already know and then go higher for you. And into the summertime, really kind of putting pen to the paper, and going forward with this step up for you with work. And then almost like you're building now, but then we go out and sell it. So it feel like you're either selling some sort of either frequency art, or I'll be interested to know how that guitar plays in and how psychic ability does, because it's like it comes together, the mind and sound, and then you go out and sell it. I do feel like you're going to start to have success with what you're selling by the summertime, feeling it really pick up. And then I also feel like, I don't know if you're trying to go viral, or you're trying to gain traffic for the business, but it does seem like it really kicks off in the summertime. So it looks good. Please let me know how that resonates and if it does resonate with you. Okay. Okay, so tuning in with Jen says, wow, interesting. Yes, it resonates. Thank you for letting us know. And you don't have to tell too much, but where does that, why did I see a guitar? Hmm. My husband in spirit. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing. He came through. Oh, I love that. Thank you. You're welcome, Jen. Okay. And like I love giving these readings too, because that also I mean, it's like showing me like prosperity for light workers this year. It is difficult right now. Things are turning around. And the collective message, if you were here earlier, time is important. We have to be present every day and get through it. Things are really going to be shifting. I want to know, I got to get into the emoji things on here. Emojis. Heart. Okay, are there any other questions for Spirit? I'm excited for my radio show. And you guys have to forgive me if I ever if I stutter on the lives, or I said something ignorant in my last one. I felt so bad about it. It's like going in between different realms. I'm training myself through these lives. This is the first year that I've actually done something like that I'm doing something like this. Really just last month I started. So this is all new for me. I'm training myself with it, and I only started giving really live readings on the radio last year, 2025. So this is all new for me. It's a skill. Thank you for working with me and bearing with me. So I'm kind of getting through managing the physical cues that happen when you channel, like my nose. And drop a comment if you are a channeler here and you get runny nose when you channel. It's it's not fun, but it happens. But I am excited for this month's show because I'm pretty sure, I don't want to speak too soon, but it's going to probably be on video. So, super excited about that. So I should be able to broadcast that on my YouTube channel. So, I've got to get with Joanne from Gateway of the Soul, but she'll be joining me on my show on the 28th, my birthday. We're going to be giving live intuitive energy readings. I'll give you the number here. So you're going to want to tune into News for the Soul Radio on January 28th at noon Central and call 716-333-SOUL, 716-333-7685. And you can listen in at newsforthesoul.com. And so I received an email that we're able to do videos. So me and Joanne talked about this last month. We were going to do it. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do it this month, but I'm excited. So hopefully we get the video and I can put it up my channel, and we're on the radio. So super excited about that. And I'm also excited because the station they're doing this like promotion where if you donate, you get free gifts. And so I'm about to do a donation to get the free gift. And so the free gift is so cool. I'm so excited. So if you didn't know, News for the Soul Radio was founded and it's operated by Nicole Marie Whitney. She's super cool. Really amazing story of how she came into her business. I love her service and ministry. I think she's just super cool. She's a belly dancer and belly dancer teacher. If you go to News for the Soul Radio, you can take her classes, I believe virtually. And she's not paying me to like promote her. This is a shout out. And I am all for belly dancing and I'm all for movement and sensuality. I think it's super powerful for healing and we should all be moving. Okay. So check that out. But one of the free gifts is a spoon bending class that she has. I'm like, oh my gosh. So Nicole Marie Whitney did remote viewing with CIA. And she has had like really cool connections in that direction. She's a really good remote viewer. And so one of the things that she offers as like a class you can take is with the psychic ability is spoon bending, if you've ever heard of it. It's basically connecting through the ethers. It's like connecting with something in the third dimension and you're bending it to your will. So with spoon bending, what you're doing is you're psychically tuned into the metal and you're basically, I believe, I haven't taken it yet, but I would assume you're making it almost hot or malleable. And then once you're focused intentions on it, then you're able to just easily bend it, which is really crazy. So you're bending from the mind. So that's one of the free gifts that I'm excited to get into. I'm going to be taking that class and I know I'm going to be able to spoon bend and I'm going to try to record it. So I'm excited. So I get that free gift for donating. And then there's Find Your Love, subconscious rewiring. And I'm like, ooh, this is going to be good. Because it's for me in my life contract. This is a huge year that I've waited for like ever since I got my life contract reading when I was like 26. This is a big year for me. So I've talked about it on my channel. I've never had a boyfriend as an adult. Like my last boyfriend, I was in my early 20s. Went through a huge healing journey. Then when around 28, I opened my business and I was like, okay, I'm going to get into the dating field. But in my life contract, 28 to 32 is really where I may find you could call the one. So I'll be taking that class too and letting you guys know how it works. Sounds like it's on time. So, hey, we have Cassie Lord, 9107. Hello. Would love a reading. Will I ever find my person? Will he be spiritual or religious? Hey, Cassie. Thanks for being here. I'll go ahead and give you the reading. Yeah, so if you have questions, I'll be on here for another 12 minutes. Put your question in the live chat now. And by the way, those classes I just mentioned, the spoon bending and Find Your Love subconscious reprogramming, you can buy News for the Soul Radio. So check it out. And if you do spoon bending, let me know. let me know because I'm really excited to do this. So we have Cassie here. Yeah, please subscribe, like this video, and we'll go ahead and get into Cassie's question. Would love a reading. Will I ever find my person? Will he be spiritual or religious? Well, I definitely feel like the answer is yes, 1000%. I think there's going to be probably two, I want to say gentlemen, in your life contract that you could consider the one. So I see a change of partner in the later years of your life. Because I'm going to like 54 is monumental for a shift. And then like going into the later years in your life, you have a lot of like accomplishments with love later. Right now, I don't feel that you're there. I feel that we're younger. I want to go into like maybe later 30s for you, closer to 40. Be curious to know where you are with age. Right now, I definitely am picking up we are maybe in a need for a clearing. That's coming through. That may help you to have more of a focused concentration with your thoughts, or any anxiety that you might be feeling. I want to mention I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe or diagnose. Um, she says, 43, LOL, I missed him. Did I mention 54 for you? 40 and 54. So if you're 43, I wouldn't dismiss. Okay, yeah. So 54 will see a shift, but I was feeling around 40. So for 43 now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we missed anyone. I would hold tight because you could still be in that frame of time to where that person could show up. I don't know what time you tuned in, but like I was mentioning in my live contract from 28 to 32, it looks like there could be that a person for me. Okay, there's time. So I was getting around 40 and 54 as more of people that I would consider the one. So keep your eyes open. It does feel like you're available now, but it does feel like I need a clearing. I feel like I need to like reset. I don't know if your focus is really aligned with um, soul's purpose right now. So I did get married at 41, divorced at 42. Interesting. Okay. So Cassie, here's a question too. If you would you resonate with that maybe it's time to like reset yourself, like cleanse and kind of get recentered? Um, because that could propel you into another relationship. And often if we are going from like one relationship to another, we tend to kind of go to the same patterns over and over again until we've learned these lessons. That's what I'm getting for you. So thank you so much. Okay, so guys says yes, I've definitely been awakening to my patterns. So when we awaken is when we start to really meet soul tribe. We think it's like in the younger ages or like people connect to our family. It's usually after we awaken. So you're on the right track. And I would say don't lose hope. That they were showing me the later years in life for a reason. It's because you do have this power and you do deserve love, and it is coming. There just has to be steps up so that we don't stay in these same karmic cyclical patterns. So find the space of loving yourself in your authenticity, and the rest will unfold for you. So it does look good. Absolutely coming up. And thank you so much for sharing. Hope that was helpful. Shedding my old life against my will, but I realize it's for something new. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Well, here's the thing, everything is on time. So it's almost like, remember that your higher you may have pre-planned this. A lot of the hardships we go through are destined. If you tune back into the beginning of this episode or the show, I went over destiny versus free will. So it may feel like it's against your will, but your higher source could have really divinely orchestrated it for your highest good. There's also, so we're talking about the pyramid again. Replay this video in the beginning, the mesoteric level. Let's talk in parable. So if we were in symbols, it's like you're driving in traffic and you're so pissed off, you're angry because you're in bumper to bumper traffic and you're frustrated. You've got to get to work and you're late. We don't know if that traffic jam saved your life. Because if you were going 70, 80 miles per hour, you could have maybe totaled the car. You could have been in a wreck. We don't know. A lot of the things that brought you into the traffic jam could be for you. And it also is because of your connection with other people. There's so much being orchestrated all at once. You're in alignment. There's things being orchestrated for you, through you, for other people, the people in the future. Okay, people from our past revisit us, and it's this huge divine orchestration playing that we have to trust with time. So there's a part of you that it is your will in a beautiful way, looking out for you. I will go back and watch it. Spiritual is new and fascinating for me, and I feel it in my soul. Yes. Well, welcome. There's a lot of videos that may help with your spiritual development. I offer private sessions as well, and I have a book that's really great. On my website, you can download that helps you with spiritual awakening. It gets the power back in your hands, which I'm big on. Empowerment. That's how we heal. That's how we feel clarity. That's how we feel peace. Where's my... see here. Anyone else have any questions here? How are we on time? About 3 minutes and I'm going to wrap it up. Drop your questions for spirit. I'll take any last one. I'm going to drop my book on here because I did put it on here. Okay. This is my book. Okay, so we have MNGG68. I think I saw you before. Sorry, I missed that. Name's Melissa, if that helps. Hey, Melissa. Okay. Hey, anything you see for me? Yes. So let's go ahead. This might be my last question that I'll take today, and then you can revisit on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central here on YouTube Live, and next Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. So we have Melissa. Doing a little bit of medical intuitive for you. My right hip and right thigh, it feels like there's energy attachment. So this would be to the root chakra, favoring your right side, which is your yang energy, paternal energy, masculine energy, that we need to clear. It may be symbolically interfering with mobility, so we could be feeling like I can't quite move forward. It feels like this is blocking my past. And you're not in an indefinite situation. Spirit wants you to know it's not forever. It's not permanent. It's almost like don't get too comfortable, they're saying. feel like there's two grandmothers that watch over you. I want to say paternal and ancestry, but it's like the grandmothers. There's two. Might be one maternal, paternal, and they're like, let her know it's not permanent. You're going to get through this. There is another side, and I think over the next 4 months, the challenges that you're facing right now, we need to remove that block, the heal the masculine energy on the side. So the answer and solution you might be seeking is more of the feminine, okay, to apply into your life. So more of that, let me receive, let me be supported, let myself be supported, tapping more into my magneticism, getting more into my faith, surrender. And we'll see a shift for you about 4 to 5 months down the road. So energy healing, Reiki may be helpful. I'll be curious to know if you're feeling pain with the right leg or hip or lower back. But it's also, I feel, tied to your kidney line, which resonates a lot of times when in balance with fear. So there might be a lot of fear mongering that we want to detach from in order to ascend out of this too. As well as water quality. Again, I can't prescribe or diagnose, but I think water quality is going to be important for you as you cleanse too, with the kidneys. Okay. So please let me know how that resonates here. That goes my time. There goes my timer. So mom's mom, I have autoimmune, so I get pain where standing hurts. Okay, thank you for sharing. And then she said mom's mom. So autoimmune, whenever I get that, is usually heart chakra. Heart chakra will resonate in the physical body with heart, lungs, respiratory, circulation, immune system. A lot of times autoimmune has to do with our ability to forgive, has to do with compassion and love for self and others. Our belief system about God, source, the universe will lie in the heart. And also, there can be a lot of past life influence. For you specifically, I'm not quite getting that. I'm getting that this is something in your present life that we could work through. So meaning this was potentially developed and not carried over from a past life. If that makes any sense. I'd love to work with you. I offer energy healing sessions that may help, or spiritual development sessions, or private readings as well. So that 4-month timeline is coming in. You will transcend what you're going through. And lots of love from the spirit realm to help with that too. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Tuning in with Jen says, thank you for your contribution to us. You're welcome. And then G girl says, thank you. You're welcome. Thanks, you guys. Again, here I'm channeling in and getting back out. I get a little stuttery here. So thank you guys for bearing with me. Hope you have a fabulous weekend. And I will see you on Tuesday. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. And if you're watching this afterwards, drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts, if it spoke to you. And you can always drop your prayer requests too, if you have them on any video on my website. Subscribe to my newsletter. There's also, you can put a prayer request there or email me privately, jojo@jojoempathic.com. You can shoot me a text, 214-937-9132. All right, guys, until next time.